Yet another pit bull attack has claimed the life of a child in East London. Reports suggest the neighbour's dog attacked the one-year-old. This is one of many incidents involving pit bull dogs in recent months, which has led to calls to regulate the breeding of these dogs. Our reporter Ronald Masinda is in East London and joins me yet again. Ronald, we understand that you're now at the SPCA.
Well, Mfunda, we are still at the place where this incident took place in Ganubi. The SPCA will be speaking to them a short while, but what we do understand is that this incident has no doubt heightened the fears of breeding pit bulls. And what we also heard from Hein Leroux, a pit bull owner, he said earlier on that the responsibility is also on the owners to ensure that pit bulls are well trained. He even said that his own pit bull, he treats it like his own child. I'm going to step away so that the viewers can see what's happening in the background. You are seeing a blue towel with blood stains. The owner of this property, Nolin Fourie, was telling us earlier on that she used the towel to cover the 15-year-old child who was 15-month-old child rather, who was bleeding profusely following that dog attack. The child unfortunately later died at an East London hospital. There are different stories about what took place here, but I'm going to bring in the senior member of the SPCA, perhaps to tell us more. His name is Mr. Andries Venter. Thank you so much, Mr. Venter.
Thank you very much.
What can you tell us?
We received a call from the police last night that a 15-month-old baby had been attacked by a pit bull and the child had succumbed to its injuries. We responded immediately, and upon arrival we found a pit bull terrier on scene. And the owners agreed to allow us to remove it for safekeeping until the police can finalize the investigation. Since then we have been in contact with the investigating officers of the case, and the pathologists have also requested rabies tests on the dog. Unfortunately, to be able to do that, we have to euthanize the animal and send the test off. This is as a result of a report that the dog had been attacked on Saturday by another dog. It sustained injuries, and so we have to cover all the bases.
So you are confirming this hour that the dog will be put down?
We are, yes.
Right. There are different reports with regards to what took place here. We are hearing reports even from the police here in the Eastern Cape that there was a person who was walking with dogs, and this may have triggered the pit bull shortly before this attack. Is this true?
We can't confirm or deny that. What we can confirm is that what we were informed about last night was that there was no dogs in the area, there were no stray dogs. The initial report was stray dogs that ran past and triggered the dog. None of the neighbours could confirm that, and that is why we have to iron out all the avenues, and one of those could be that the dog sustained injuries, and while the child was left alone with the dog, it could have touched one of these injuries, and that could have also triggered the dog attacking her.
Sadly, not only have we lost a young life, but also a dog now has to be put down. Could this have been avoided?
Yes. If people are more...
I'll give you a moment. Sorry about that. I'll give you a moment. Are you ready to speak to us?
If people are more responsible, we would not have to face this. The parents wouldn't have to face this. We pleaded the communities to the people to look after their animals, to train them to look.
Take your time, Andries. What I want to ask, how common are these attacks? Because we also heard a report about a dog, also here in the Eastern Cape, a pit bull, that was killed by the public.
We are getting increasing reports of communities threatening dogs, not just locally, nationally. All the SPCAs are on high alert. We have had reports of dogs being burnt. I know in Cape Town they're dealing with cases. In Welkom they're dealing with a case. We've had reports within East London. Unfortunately, the details are very sketchy. When and how and who did it is very, very unconfirmed. But we have had a huge number of surrenders coming into our SPCA specifically.
Just lastly, is it now perhaps high time that the SPCA itself perhaps looks at awareness programs, upskill people perhaps to try and train their dogs or take more responsibility?
The SPCA have always instituted educational programs They have educational programs running nationally. They have had meetings with the National Department of Education. It is whether it falls on deaf ears or not. So people need to start taking note. People need to sit up and take responsibility and not just blame organizations or governments. They need to take responsibility for their own animals.
All right, Andres, thank you so much for your time, and we really do appreciate it. That was the Senior Inspector from the SPCA here in East London, Mr. Andres Venter. It's back to you in studio.
All right, Ronald, thank you very much for that update. That was eNCA reporter Ronald Masinda. Honestly, a very tragic story.